What's going on, everybody? Happy Tuesday. Happy October 16th, 14th, October 14th. It's time to talk about all the new books that are coming out this week. We can talk some Peacemaker. We can talk about whatever we want. That's the good thing about freedom. We get to do what we want. So we're going to talk comics and the comic fandom today and look at what's coming out. And we're going to do all that right after this. Hey, make sure you check the links in the description if you want to find some awesome online retailers like Big Time Collectibles. They just passed up New York Comic Con this past weekend, so there's all kinds of cool stuff that's still available. And if you need anything clean, pressed, submitted for grading, Justin Comics has got you covered. Make sure you let them know you found them via the channel. And if you want to get set up with new comic books and don't have an LCS, ABX Comics and Games has got you covered. They do mail-in subscriptions and all that, so you don't have to be local. And they do free shipping on orders over $100, so don't miss out on that. Phenomenal shop. It's where I'll be picking up all the books that we're talking about today, and then some, and then some. So let's check the chat here. Before we do that, don't forget every Tuesday, it's not only new DC Day, it's also a weekly giveaway. And today, giving away the brand new issue of Wonder Woman, the beautiful David Nakayama variant, as well as the new issue of Superman Unlimited featuring the Mark Spears trading card variant. They're doing a whole set of those. So I've been trying to pull them and use them in the giveaway. Mark Spears is definitely one of the hottest artists in the comic game right now, and he's got his brand new blind bags releasing this week, the Trick or Treat blind bag. So I know that's going to be a hot commodity. It'll be a full video opening those up that pops up tomorrow on the channel, first thing in the morning, as well as a bunch of YouTube shorts opening some more. I ordered a few of them because they're at a very affordable price point. People can take blind bag lessons from Mark Spears on that, making it accessible and fun for everyone. What is going on, Las Cruces? Hopping in first. There you go. Hooray to you, good sir. Hooray. Woohoo. And what is going on, Lisa Babs? Good afternoon to you. Good to see you in here. The Comic Vet, what is happening? Hello, hello. And we got Las Cruces. Heroes for Hire. You had a new avatar there. What is on your avatar? It looks like is that a pregnant woman? I can't tell what that is, but that's a new avatar. I recognize a lot of y'all from just seeing the icon, whatever these are called. I like to use the word avatar. I'm very biased, but new little icon there. I can just see him on the corner of this thing, and I know who is who just from seeing the blurry colors of them. Like I know this is Brian LCS just from seeing the red and blue on the end of the white and everything. But good to see Papa Brian in here. We got the I don't know, drop the information, Brian. I'm completely lost on it. The CBC Awards, the final voting time. I know it's got to be getting close if it's not already over with, but be sure to go vote on those things if you haven't already. Brian put forth a lot of effort into the CBC Awards, and it's getting toward the end. What is going on, Marty? Good to see you in here. Marty dropping that $2 super chat. Smash that like button, folks. Big shout out and thank you to Marty for the $2 super chat. It's going toward the till. We got the goal of getting 5 or more. I'd like to do more. Nothing wrong with more. Yeah, what was that? Wall Street. The one that they did in like 2011 with Josh Brolin and Shia LaBeouf. They asked Josh Brolin what his favorite number was. His answer was more. So the more the merrier. The more the better. But 5 of them will get the bonus prizes put into today's giveaway. You know, extra comics, Justice League Watchtower cards, stickers or magnets, all kinds of goodies. I'll load down the mailer with bonus stuff. The last one is on its way to Germany. Last week's winner, fantastic channel supporter and a Legionnaire channel member. So that means that his monthly membership got him free shipping on a giveaway that went all the way to Germany. Yeah, so helps out a lot. I appreciate everybody. Pop, hello, Pop. It ended Sunday. They were talking about it on Council of Comics last night. What are you talking about? I might be missed a few comments here. Faith and Misery, what's going on? Good to see you in here. Collector P, hello, hello. Canadian Survivalist, what's up? T-Dubs. Mice have ears, Mice Man knows. Hello, everyone. What is going on, Paul? Got Paul from ABX in the building. Lisi Substances, a.k.a. Steven with a C, A1 from day one, dropping the $2 super chat.
More blood? Don't get it!
And a happy new DC day to you as well, Steven with the C, a.k.a. Leafy Substances. What ended on Sunday, Joe? What ended on Sunday? What is going on, Wayne Deacon? Good to see you in here. Pop's dropping those channel emojis. You also get those from becoming a channel member. If you're a channel member, if you've got the Legion icon next to your name, drop some of those from time to time. Let people see them. There's a bunch of them. Phil Ailing, hello, fellow Tuesday guest. Another recent winner. I think from 2 weeks ago, he was the giveaway winner for that week. The CBCA voting. There you go. Final voting is ended. There you have it. The adventurous one, Joe, let you know. Austin LeMay, what's going on, brother? Man, this guy's been working hard. We got the Comics Curing Cancer event that myself, Austin LeMay here, Rob's Fat Sacks Comics, and DJ Links, we organize this event every year, and Austin jumped on this year with us, helping from a technical computer side, help us put it together, a website, getting stuff set up on there. A lot of good stuff coming soon here. But just make sure you mark your calendars for this weekend event, October 24th through 26th. And please check out the Instagram or Facebook page that we have for this. We are still calling for donations. Not any and everything. I can't stress this enough. And it's going to sound some type of way, but it is what it is. This is not an opportunity for people to offload their junk. We are an official campaign with the American Cancer Society, and what we do is we raise money every year from this 3-day event by hosting auctions, pledge drives, all kinds of things. But there's straight up, we're selling stuff, but we don't take money. Money goes directly from your pocket to the American Cancer Society, and we just send you the stuff. And the only way that we can raise money is by getting quality items, graded comic books, key comic books, significant comic book runs, items like that. Just random issues we can't do anything with them, and we have no way of storing, and like we don't have an eBay page or nothing like that. But if you have quality items that you would be excited about seeing and would potentially want to send money to the American Cancer Society in exchange for those items, reach out to us, any of us individually, or you can reach out directly through the Comics Curing Cancer social medias, which all of us monitor. We would be eternally grateful for your help. And if you're not in a place to purchase something that weekend, or you're not in a place to donate items, just sharing the event out, going to those social media pages and resharing and stuff like that, it is a tremendous help. The only way it's a success is from the entire community coming together and putting forth whatever best foot they got in that moment. But again, all right, appreciate you, Dale. But again, if you have quality items, not your junk, we are not interested in receiving stuff that we're not able to use to raise funds. But if you have quality items, we really appreciate any and all help in that aspects. We're in the trophy procurement mode now. I hope, Brian, you have listened to the honest criticism. And I don't even know if criticism is the right word. The honest feedback about the awards, much like the Oscars or something else. The CBC awards deserve to have the Louis. They should be little statues of Freaky Louis that you win. Like, I absolutely love the awards. I mean, I got a bunch of them back here, like the little see-through ones that light up. They're really cool. But more than anything, winning the Louis would be something to be proud of. Be something to be really proud of. Happy DC Tuesday to you as well, Joffrey. Hope you're doing good today. Got some more people popped in, so I'll share this one more time. Today's giveaway, brand new Superman Unlimited issue number 6, the Mark Spears variant featuring Lex Luthor. I like that these trading card variants that they're doing. There's like the retro, the 1980s, late 70s, early 80s looks of all the heroes and villains. I'm digging that. And then the beautiful David Nakayama variant for Wonder Woman issue number 27. I like the horse. It reminds me of the old Sensational comic covers from way back in the day. Some really cool stuff. And yeah, I hope everybody gets out to their shops to pick up their books pretty fast this week, because if you do, you might find some of those Mark Spears blind bags, those Trick or Treat. What is it? The Monster and the Wolf issue number 1 finally dropping. I know they had a little bit of delay. They had a lot of controversy surrounding them. A lot of sour grapes when it comes to that book. Whatnot sellers and resellers and stuff racing to market with it. That Lex Luthor cover for the giveaway creeps me out. I think it's supposed to, right? Like a villain. Or maybe he's been drawing so many monster covers that it just comes that way. Gonna need to procure the rights to Louis' likeness right now. Do it, man. Do it. One man's trash is another man's treasure, but it needs to be universally accepted. That's the treasure in this case. Yeah. That one man's trash is another man's treasure does not apply in this case. Not one bit. Has to be, like you said, something that's universally accepted. Yeah, we random indie back issues and issue number 4 of some series that that stuff just doesn't do anything. It doesn't raise money. It don't do it. We need flashy stuff, and it's a limited time fundraiser, so it has to be items that keeps the pace moving and keeps the items moving and keeps people engaged and interested in what could come next. If you start putting up a bunch of like items that 90% of people couldn't care less for, even from a spectator level, they probably will find other things to do that day, assuming that this is what this looks like, kind of thing. Hey Mark, where did you order your Peacemaker figure through? You know where I ordered it through. Where do I order all my figures through? There's a catch with my order, because I didn't order it by itself. I'm smart with the way I order toys. I use mad discount codes and all kinds of stuff. And I also have loyalty points through McFarlane. So I used discount codes, gift cards from redeeming loyalty points, and all kinds of stuff to order that deluxe Ikran and Quaritch figure that they did long before they announced long before they dropped the full Fire and Ash figures for Avatar. They did the Quaritch with like the intricate stand and stuff. So I ordered my theatrical version Peacemaker and that Quaritch together. So I'm assuming they ship together. Happy Monsters and the Wolf Eves, Ghouls and Ghosts. Yeah. It's tomorrow. I've opened a bunch of them at this point. But ordered 10 of them. So it's not really a bunch, I guess. Who will get the golden ticket? I don't know. But yeah, I was mentioning I got a video that'll come out first thing into tomorrow. Once I get all my books and all that stuff, I'm gonna try to race to open some of those packs, see what hits and misses are in there. Golden ticket, we'll see how it goes. I got all the stuff in here ready. I think this is what everyone's looking for, right? The Unholy Grail. There's gonna be 13 of these. So if you open any of those packs, you have to open the front cover and check and see if you have one of these little tickets in there, and see what you get. See what you get. It's gonna be fun. There's gonna be a lot of stuff on social media, people posting and all that. There's all kinds of covers. There's like glow in the dark ones. There's foil ones, trick covers. There's a lot. Smart way to order them. Well, the 2 I ordered from GameStop will be here for. I'm very aware. We've been talking in direct message about it. I'm very aware. Very aware. I'm excited to get mine, but I've got multiple different ones already. It's really just getting them for the extra helmets at this point. I was with Pops, the video that came out Monday. Like, this has been behind me for a while, but I picked it up a couple weeks ago now, like about a week and a half ago. I bought this one just for the axe, because the axe didn't come with this one, but it came with this one, and I wanted the axe. And this is the one without the helmet, but the theatrical version is like these plus extra helmets, but the theatrical version doesn't come with the axe, and the axe has the Dove of Peace on there. So I'm like, dude, I have to get that for the axe. What is going on, Bryant? Good to see you in here. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. Definitely looking forward to it. I'm also looking forward to the other stuff McFarlane has coming. I mean, he's got the license through the end of 2026, so we'll be getting the theatrical version of the Supergirl stuff, and I want to see the Jason Momoa Lobo figure. I think that's going to be a banger. But also, they announced that they're doing the Ghost Machine stuff. I hope it extends beyond Geiger. Like, I'm pumped to get Geiger, but I want a Junkyard Joe. I want a Red Coat. I want a President Griffin. I want Nate the Atomic Knight. And, I want to see the full cast of the Unnamed Universe. Like, are you going to dip your toes in Hyde Street? That's like, with Red Coat issue 1, Simon Pure's running down Hyde Street to get away from his chasers. It's continuity. Let's do it. Go all in. Let's get them all. Yeah, the theatrical version is based on the show, hence the different helmets coming with it, along with Eagly. It's the exact same figure as this one. They didn't do a new body sculpt or anything, but they just changed the head. The head on the original one comes with it, with a fixed helmet that doesn't come off, but they did a couple of alternate helmets, which is super cool. Super cool. I want the helmet that has the blue lines through it. I almost went and painted my original one, but I don't paint figures. I don't know how, and I know I would have ruined it. Lunch break is over. Got to run. Have a great show. All right, Dale, take it easy, brother. Good afternoon, good evening, Legion people. What is going on, Dead Man? Hope you're doing good today. Good to see you in here. Make sure y'all hit that thumbs up. Hit the subscribe if you haven't already. It helps push the stream into the algorithm a little bit. So let's get going through this. Let's see what's dropping this week. It's not a big week, but that's okay with me. It's the Mark Spears blind bag week. So I think that's a great week to not have a giant pull list, right? Yeah, exactly, Marty. That would be awesome. Especially, I mean, I doubt that they would do it, especially on the front end, because that would be mad expensive. But if their Warden helmets would be able to come on and off as well. But yeah, that would be awesome. Can you imagine like getting an Ursol mega figure, like the way some of the larger figures, Bane, Clayface, Man-Bat, Darkseid, how these bigger figures are the quote unquote here mega figures in the bigger boxes, but to get Ursol as a mega figure, that would be nuts. That'd be awesome. Super cool. But yeah, smaller release week for me, and I pulled a couple titles off my pull list this week, added one, getting prepared to add some more down the road. But Cy Sperrier's run on Flash ended, his atrocious run on Flash. It went for way too long. But he's done writing it. So the new creative team steps into Flash for the next issue. So I added regular Flash back to my pull list. Went in blind. I forget who's going to do it. I think it's someone like Mark Waid or so. Not for sure it's Mark Waid, but it's somebody trustable like that. I heard their name. I'm like, perfect, great. We're back in the normal Flash comics. But in the meantime, we still have Absolute Flash. Issue number 8 is out this week. The origins of Fort Fox and Barry Allen's experiments are finally revealed. But what do they mean for the future of the Flash? Jeff Lemire is doing a phenomenal job writing this. It's not the most dynamic. It's not the most fast-paced, but all in all, structure-wise, for the material that it's covering, I think it really works good. I think it works really good. And this issue specifically gives us a lot of back context, not like to Fort Fox, but to beyond. It really is hyper-focused on Barry, but you're going to get some answers to some other things that are lingering questions. One of the biggest one is we were told that this isn't the Speed Force that we're dealing with in here. So what is it then? We keep seeing the Flash use his powers. I'm not even certain that he's a speedster. The way that they show and present his powers, the way that he kind of interacts with it. I'm not even, like, I wouldn't bet my life on it that he's a speedster. But we kind of dive into some of this, and I don't even want to make the comparison because I think it can be taken the wrong way. But a little bit of Fan Four Stick, that movie, the way that they go to the negative zone in that, I was feeling some of those science lab vibes in this. And I don't mean that in a negative way, not at all, just in a conceptual kind of way. But I really enjoyed this. I like the issue where they gave us all the backstory and the context on the rogues. I thought that was great. And this issue adds a lot of context to everything else. Everything else. Much needed for a lot of people, I think. Batman Returns Max Shrek figures are supposed to be coming into GameStops for shipping next week, but some people have been finding them in Target stores. Yep. Each one comes with a respective animal. That'd be cool. I don't really see McFarlane do that too often. He did it with the Animal Man figure. He put a little Wolverine in there. Thought that was pretty funny. Super, super random. Phil says he loves anything Flash. There you go. Have you read the most recent run with Cy Sperrier? It's almost like he heard some of the feedback, and at one point he kind of shift direction to make it more of like the I don't want to say whimsical, but whimsical family kind of jaunt. And it still just wasn't hitting for me. I don't know. It was like too little, too late. I don't like Cy Sperrier's writing style, like not one bit. I think he's like the best example I would send anybody to for somebody using so many words but saying so little. I don't understand one bit how anyone thought he was a good fit for Flash from the editorial side of things. Like put him back on Constantine or something like that, like where people are buying it just to hear people talk too much. I don't know. But it kind of did the shifting gears when they did the Warlord storyline, and you felt to get a little more lighthearted and stuff. But I was still just attached to that point. I got really tempted to go back and check out that last story arc he did in more detail because Eclipso was a part of it, and I was like super interested just from that angle. But I'm not gonna overwork myself trying to keep up with whatever the heck he's got going on. Flash is one of those titles I never expected to drop from my pool. It's just to keep the run fulfilled. But I finally reminded myself enough times that if I care to run fill later, I can just go have fun chasing down these dollar books. Like it wasn't that big of a deal. I'm trying to do better about just not unnecessarily throwing money out the window because there's so many books out there. I couldn't pull all the ones that I'd ultimately want even if I chose to. There's just not enough time in the day. I love Flash as much as you love Aquaman. Super fair, dude. Super fair. I get that. I sit through those Deep Target team up, Void Song team up, Aquaman. Like he went through a strange period, Aquaman did, but I wrote it out with him. So I completely get that. There's plenty of titles. Like I pull Hulk, good, bad, or indifferent. I pulled Hulk all the way through the Donny Cates run. I'm not going to break that run. So I get it. No judgment at all. No judgment at all. And I can't see myself even doing that for Hulk. I mean, I convinced myself with Flash to break the run, but you don't need them. And that's what I decided with the current Flash run until Wade. It is Wade. Okay. Yeah, I can get them later if I just need to fill the run. But yeah, maybe if Hulk got bad enough, I would do it and just dollar bin them later, but I seriously doubt it. Nightwing 131 is up. Dan Waters is still writing this. I hear people saying good things. It's not getting the same level of praise and stuff that it was getting under Tom Taylor. And that was another one I dropped. Wasn't blown away. Tom Taylor is not like his style doesn't like talk to me as much as other ones do. But Bloodhaven is changing. A new hero rises under Nightwing's watchful eye with the mayor vows to wipe out crime and restore order. The streets of Bloodhaven are quieter, even cleaner, but a new darkness is creeping in beneath it all. Oh, a little typo there. An old enemy is pulling the mayor's strings. Yeah, I don't know. If y'all are reading Nightwing, let me know. Let me know in the comments. Drop Nightwing after 130. Waters is not Taylor. I think that might be to its strength. I was talking to Durs on the phone just a little bit ago. Batman Dark Patterns that Dan Waters is writing. Highest of praise from everyone reading it. Even your typical rage baiters that like just read stuff just to trash it for the sake of views, they're even kind of giving Dark Patterns its flowers. It's one that stays on my radar, but I'm not reading, but I keep hearing nothing but good stuff. But Tom Taylor is a writer that I don't know, like I'd ever drop Titans. I held it out through the Superboy or Superman Son of Kal-El stuff with John Kent just because that was more of like I need the lore kind of thing. I just want the lore of what was going on with Superboy. But it wasn't good. Like Tom Taylor just doesn't really sell me on ongoings. He's doing fantastic on Detective right now, but we're so early on. He kind of gets lost in the weeds for me. I love his stuff on the Elseworlds, his miniseries and stuff like that. I mean, I love it. I get some of the better stuff when he's doing it. But maybe he's kind of stepped up his game a little bit. I don't know. Not his Nightwing run was a lot of people's top books at DC at the time. A lot of people's. What is going on, Ruby G? Good to see you in here, homie. All right, here we go. World's Finest number 44 is out. This is we're now between story arcs. We just got done doing the Bizarro World one, which is pretty solid, fun read. And it seems like every time we do a big story arc shift, they give us about 1 or 2 issues of a palate cleanser before getting into it. And we're returning to the Robin and Supergirl meetup. We saw their first interaction in a blind date early on in this run, but now we're going to see the second date with this. But it's the return of the Supergirl Robin team road trip edition. On a covert international mission, Robin partners with the Girl of Steel, who chooses to liven up what's supposed to be a discreet undercover bust. Fun-hearted, light, entertaining. You get to see the Robin buggy right there on the cover. I'm looking forward to it. Haven't read it yet, but this series it's really should be a lot of people's go-to. It's just completely disconnected from continuity in most issues in most ways, and you just get these fantastic. It's a modern silver age feel to comics, but it's just super fun. It's been one of the most consistently good books for 44 issues strong now. Nothing to complain about there. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, here we go. Our first tie-in for the DC KO event. Man, I can't recommend it enough. If y'all did not read DC KO number 1, you need to go back and check it out. You needs to check it out. It was absolutely wild, and it's about to get even crazier with what they announced at New York Comic-Con this past week, with DC KO not just being this huge Royal Rumble, but they're bringing in other properties outside of DC Comics to participate in the event. There'll be Mortal Kombat in there, Red Sonja, the Annabelle doll from the Annabelle movies, and countless other things. Vampirella, other indie comics like Beneath the Trees Where No One Sees. They're integrating a lot of other stuff to make this a fun event, entice other fandoms like The Boys. They confirmed Homelander will be in there. But it's going to get wild. It's going to get wild and crazy, and issue 1 shows you just how unpredictable it's going to be. So I hope you all picked up a copy, gave it a shot, because it's going to get nuts. But this is your first tie-in. They're not going crazy with the tie-ins. This is our first big event from DC in a while, like to this scale, but minimal tie-ins. And if you're already pulling the book, so it shouldn't be that much of an issue. I know like the next ones are like Flash and Justice League and Superman, which I'll already be pulling, but I dropped Titans along the way. Tom Taylor's not even writing it anymore. We got John Layman on it, but I'm the new story arcs here up to issue 28. I'm still not adding it. It's just not singing to me. And I went through this issue. This is Evacuation Earth is the storyline, spinning out of the world-shaking events of KO. Before the Heart of Apocalypse terraforms the planet into a hellscape, the Titans lead the evacuation of Earth while the team splits up to save as many people as possible. Old friends and new allies join the fray to save humanity from extinction. The next major Titan storyline starts here, and there's not a better synopsis than that. I think that's pretty much the way to synopsize it. The Titans were tasked with keeping the surface safe while the other heroes ventured off to the core in order to do what they got to do, to go siphon Omega energy from the Heart of Apocalypse to power up enough to go face this leveled threat dark side. But the Titans stay behind on the surface to make sure that there's still a presence of heroes there, make sure the villains stay in check, make sure people know that they're there, X, Y, and Z. Well, it wasn't going to be that easy. There's other problems looming, and Earth has to be evacuated. There's a couple little teasers in there and a couple little reveals in here if you're a long-standing Titans fan that goes all the way back to like the Judas contract. So some stuff like that's definitely fun. But all in all, I wouldn't consider this something that you need if you're reading KO. These are going to be supplemental. Now, I feel 2 ways about events. And I feel 2 ways about tie-ins. You have those times with like Death Metal or where every tie-in was just the next issue. And there were so many tie-ins, but they were literally no filler issues. It was all needed stuff for Death Metal. It was amazing. What an event. But if you weren't like steeped in the lore and steeped in the continuity, you could have gotten lost in the sauce. Absolute Power was a little different. They had some of them that were kind of must read things to elevate, to understand, to fill in the gaps. And then there's some that were just not even necessary. This falls under to me like not even necessary. Like one line of dialogue in an existing issue can just kind of do away this whole issue, or completely ignoring it. And by the time they get to the end of the issue, this is all resolved and it was a nothing burger. So if you're a Titans fan, look forward to it. If you're not, don't worry about it, is my recommendation on this one. What is going on, Scott? Good to see you in here, homie. Hello, hello. We got the $1.99 super chat from JSS Brooklyn. Big shout out to John. I appreciate it, my dude. I think that puts us at 3 out of 5. We're well on our way. Two more to go. So what else? Small week, but some big hitters. Where's some other stuff? Wonder Woman, issue number 26. Hey, how about that last issue? That first appearance, big reveal of the matriarch. You know, we've been after this rogue Amazon that killed those people in that bar fight in the first issue that set off this crazy chain of events for this run. Found out in the last issue that she's hiding on Mouse Man Island, found out that she has a baby, and found out the ultimate destiny of that child is to be like a meta slayer or something. That was a crazy last issue. It was super good. What an introduction to a new character. Threat level high. You know what I mean? Red alert. Flag on the field. This issue, now that Etta, Amelie, and baby Lissa have been saved, Wonder Woman sets her sights on rescuing a whole society. After meeting the feline renegades hoping to fight back against Mouse Man's regime, Diana is inspired to join them and take the dictator down for good. Mouse Man knows what he's up against. It's kind of like, I guess this is a week for backstory, because that's what we get in here. You get the origin of Mouse Man Island, the rise to prominence for him, and how he's a different threat than the last time we saw him. Like, what a goofy villain, right? This guy dresses like a mouse. Just go slap him and be done with him. It's Wonder Woman we're talking about. Well, what can we do to elevate him, at least enough in this story arc, to make him a formidable villain for Wonder Woman? Well, find out with this issue. He's not really a laughing matter. Things escalate to another level that it was going to take this story a step beyond this. It doesn't resolve with this issue, and it continues to build. I'm loving what TK has done with Wonder Woman. The tone of this run, the themes of it, you kind of get both sides of the coin with this one too. You have this crazy authoritarian Mouse Man. You find out what's the driving factor behind it, and kind of plays it safe, kind of like plays both sides of the fence with this. It was pretty cool. I really, really, really recommend TK's Wonder Woman run. As a reminder, this David Nakayama cover is being given away today. Beautiful cover. Absolutely gorgeous cover. Again, love the horse. Love the horse. Horse, of course. Hey, penultimate issue here. Penultimate issue. Who's been reading New Gods? Who else has been pulling this title out? Every issue I've absolutely loved. And there's a couple of them that really just elevated what Rom V is capable of to some of the highest standards. Like, this guy is batting 1,000 for me right now. Really, really like Kirby's Fourth World stuff. I really enjoy the New Gods. You know, we have a Mr. Miracle DCU animated TV show coming. I guess this whole time I assumed it's going to be like an HBO thing. I'm not sure. To be honest with you, I haven't done that much looking into it. But if you're interested, I highly recommend going back and reading Tom King's Mr. Miracle 12-issue miniseries. Phenomenal. And then check out this New Gods. I think this is only going to 12, I believe. Ron V's writing it. Evan Cagle's doing this beautiful art in it. And they get guest artists that come in and do pages in it. Like Riccardo Federici came in and did a few pages for a flashback issue where it was just touching on the old gods, which that mirrored Riccardo Federici's work with Philip Kennedy Johnson during his Action Comics War World saga. So they were keeping this consistency with the way that the old gods were drawn in the continuity, which was just brilliant, absolutely brilliant. But we've been dealing with the birth of a new god. This series kind of spawns out of the events of the DC All-In special, the presumed death of Darkseid. It starts with like Darkseid's gone and how the universe is reacting to that, specifically New Genesis and Apocalypse. Those specific things. And when one god dies, another is born. That's that little blue dude on the cover there. And all the craziness that ensues. You have warring alien races sweeping through the cosmos, then took out Apocalypse, moved to New Genesis. One of the most biblically epic battles took place on New Genesis. Was just nuts. Ultimately, they have to take refuge on Earth and try to get some help from the other heroes. And now it's coming down to the wire here, where some villainous elements are trying to kind of take this new god, this child, and use them for their own purposes. And you have a couple of the new gods of New Genesis trying to stop them at this point. We don't know how far this will go. And when you're dealing with the fourth world stuff, like it's a cosmic level. And this hasn't pulled any punches. There's been deaths of major characters, intros of some characters, but it's just been a stellar read all through it. Deep in space, an uncharted corner of the cosmos lies an enigma, unimaginably massive while simultaneously empty, containing the echoes of an evil thought dead. And now the child Kamal, in their grasp, the fourth world's most sinister villains traverse the void toward the enigma. If they reach their destination, the universe itself may never be the same. They're trying to move this kid through a black hole. We're not sure what will happen to him when he does, but the villains think it'll unlock and amplify his ultimate powers, and they can use him. And Orion and the others, scot-free, are trying to tell them, like, if you amplify this kid early without the proper, organic growth and stuff, there'll be no stopping whatever comes out of this kid. There's no steering it. There's no aiming it. There's no using it. We're all going to die if you try that. 23, what is going on? Good to see you in here. We got Leafy Substances dropping another $2 super chat. Appreciate you, homie. Let's see. Boop, 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 boop. Back over here. Raider Nation, what is going on? Mark, did anything stick out to you for Vertigo? Sorry if you already answered that. No, I haven't mentioned it yet. I haven't talked about it yet. I can pull it up for after these new releases. Man, I have not did a deep dive into all the NYCC announcements yet. I had a little sticky note here, though. Like I wrote down like some of my top ones that I was excited about. The whole DC Next Level initiative that they announced, all the details around that. The Nightfall movie coming. But the only thing that I saw from the Vertigo without going back and double checking kind of thing was the dinosaur one. Who doesn't like dinosaurs? Like zombie dinosaurs? Maybe. Might be in for that. I'd have to go check and see for sure. Let me see if I can pull it up on X. Get a quick list. What is it? Black Tower, the Raven Conspiracy. There's a lot of stuff that when I saw it, it was just like my brain instantly forgot about it. Like Bleeding. Okay, here's a full list here. I'll be able to pull up a full list. Yeah, there's the list there. So let's see what we have here. Start at top left. Brutal Dark. Again, all I know right now is just the cover names of these. So Brutal Dark, The Crying Doll, Necretaceous, that's the one, I guess. Zombies and Dinosaurs. End of Life, Bleeding Hearts, A Shadow Walking, Nice House by the Sea Returns. I'm familiar with that one. I dropped that one. Fanatic, Black Tower, and 100 Bullets. So 100 Bullets is coming back. That's interesting. That's super interesting. The US, what does that say? The US of Anger. So yeah, I would have to like check into like the creator lineup on these. Like the End of Life one on the top second from the left. Like it almost looks like Dorno on the cover. Like, I don't know, man. That looks somehow like it's meant to be homaging some characters. It doesn't look like any of these are like necessarily like R-rated takes on existing characters either. It looks like they're all just standalone projects. I don't know. I have no clue what they're doing, what they're attempting to do with it. I have to go through again, check the creative teams on them first and foremost. What matters more than anything is who's writing these bad boys, you know? A New Beginning. Nice House I See Blue Heart. Yeah. Yeah, there it is. Necretaceous. Tom Taylor. Derek Robertson. Oh, that's dope. So Tom Taylor is getting an Elsewhere Vertigo something. And the dinosaur looks like it's a zombie. The people look normal. Derek Robertson on it's interesting. You know, he did The Boys originally with Garth Ennis. He did Legends of the Dark Knight a few years ago. He's a really good artist. A really good artist. I like his style a lot. But yeah, that's the one that caught my attention. You know, dinosaurs, right? Dinosaurs. 100 bullets. I just hope it doesn't get too many delays like Nice House. Nice House did the same mid-series break that the first volume did, right? Which killed it for a lot of readers. I love Nice House by the Lake. I thought it was great, interesting, entertaining, question. And then like what makes stuff like that even more fun is when more people are reading it and reading it on time and then coming and talking about it and putting out your theories and your guesses, trying to make heads or tails of what is what. And that was kind of what was missing from By the Sea for me. Nobody else was reading it. And if they were reading it, they didn't care because we got enough answers with Walter in the first volume. And okay, it's just another house and another angle they're going to approach to try to arc some of these survivors and stuff. So I figured I would just go back and read it after the fact since there's really nobody else to, you know, I wasn't going to get spoilers. No one's talking about it kind of thing, but 100 Bullets might be interesting. Might be interesting. Yeah. So it should be some good stuff. It's just kind of, you just got to gauge, like, what are you interested in, you know? Mikael Thomas looks like Collapsor, but I guess he ain't. Okay. What is going on, Canadian Survivalists? Change your icon too. A lot of people changing their icons right now. High Strangeness is like that. Let's see. We got Superman Unlimited issue number 6. I got to be honest with y'all. This is the chopping block book for me. I haven't dropped it yet, and I know I've talked about it. Man, for being a brand new Superman title and supposed to be, I don't know, I felt like they were trying to flagship this book, you know, because the Summer of Superman, the movie coming out, new people interested and curious in DC Comics coming in, and you're wanting to front run Superman. And I thought they were going to try to flagship this book. But in terms of all the Superman books out there, this has got to be my least favorite. Now, I dropped the Superman Kryptonite Spectrum book because it was just, I don't want to say it was pointless, but I'm just too invested in the overall continuity right now. And this book just seems pointless in that aspect from the way that, for what I'm looking for in books, from what gets me excited. And this is another one that just, another one of those issues where it's like, what are we doing? Like, I guess there's story. We go to the Kryptonite City in the last issue. You get some context of what happened when the meteor fell in the first one, the Kryptonite meteor. And you see that Superman was on scene and the current president of the Kryptonite City was there and Superman saved him. But I just don't feel any stakes in this book. It doesn't feel like there's any stakes. They brought in the Superman car from the Superpower toys, which is super dope, not going to lie. Superman goes gold, but it's not like the Superman Prime where he went gold like 1 million and stuff. So it just doesn't have, I don't know. It feels too disconnected for me. Disconnected from the main continuity and all that. Action Comics has been flipping phenomenal with this Superboy storyline. Superman proper has been like a page turner and a book dropper. Like my jaw falls out onto the table when I read it. So the you know, like the standards are high right now. DC's putting out so many bangers that the standards are high. Now, is this a bad book? Not at all. This is a good book. It's not a great book. Action is great. Superman is great. So if you want my money right now, you got to put out a great book. And that's really a compliment to DC that they have so many great books out right now that I don't have to settle for good. You know, there's a whole time era there through comics as a whole where you're lucky to get good. If you're a Marvel fan, my heart breaks for you. I'm a Marvel fan, but my heart has turned callous toward them. I pull Hulk, I pull Punisher, and I pull Ghost Rider. and I've done giving up on them. I was having a conversation somebody yesterday who dropped some Marvel books and said the quality is just down. I'm like, bro, welcome to the party. It took you a while to get here. And it was somebody who's been collecting and pulling their entire life since they're a young teenager, and pointed out that they never pictured a day when they would drop a title because they wouldn't want to break their run that they've had going for 30 years. And I said, I feel the exact same way. I was mind blown when I stopped caring about Spider-Man. I was mind blown when I stopped caring about Captain America comics, Iron Man, Avengers. All of these things blew my mind, but it's been years ago now. Years ago. And you're lucky if you get something good. But with DC, that's not the case. DC, it's not the case at all. Good luck finding something bad. Like, there's bad books out there, but they're super rare. Yeah, this is a great way to describe this one. It's just fun. Just meant to, it's almost like a comic book version of a cartoon TV show. You know, you get the Superman car in there. You get Superman turning into a man-bat in an issue. It's definitely fun. But again, right now, my personal interest is just hyper-focused on like this amazing, massive continuity that is happening with DC right now. Super cool. Hey, we got a $1.99 super chat from Cliff on comics. Let's wrap this up.
I understand.
Boom. Big shout out. Thank you to Cliff. How's this Yellow Jacket? Yeah, how are the Yellow Jackets? I'm enjoying X-Men, but I miss all the old stuff. Yeah, and there's a man. When they said that they were kind of relaunching X-Men, I'm like, all right, here we go. Because that's one thing with Marvel. I do pay attention to what's happening. And if they do some kind of relaunch or something, I'll typically go in and give it a shot. Hell, the last time they did it with Iron Man, I think I drug it out 16 issues, crossing my fingers, praying that it would do something. And now I can't do that. I'm just giving Disney money and getting nothing in return but paper that I have to eventually get out of my house. After being a DC lurker, I've jumped on at DC KO and the new Batman. So far, so good, but glad I grabbed Batman with how they did him dirty in DC KO. Dude, yeah. Man, what's going to be great about KO is hopefully it's unorthodox, right? Like we all assume as being in the comic book fandom, any level of it, you assume the Trinity, right? Superman, Wonder Woman, Batman. You know, we looked at that what's called the bracket in advance, and everyone's like, well, how do we justify, or how do we make a rational play at this where it's just not Superman versus Batman and one or the other, your big finale people. You know, I want to see, like, let's see Lobo get to the end. This is a no holds barred cosmic slobber knocker where there's no rules and you can just put it all to the wind. You know, it's all or nothing. We either win this and save everybody, or we lose this and everyone dies. But the only way to do either of those things is through death, through this Omega energy. Lobo was made for this. So we got Batman off the board in a very creative and entertaining way, right? Like, and how cool was that? That little editor's note on that bottom right-hand panel on that page. The next panel is in slow motion, and you turn the page and the flag folds out and you find out it's a Joker that got him. That was amazing. Amazing. All right, there you go. Round 2. Keep hearing knockoff. Maybe. I've been Marvel free since 2015. Man, that's about the time that Marvel decided to go customer free. Hey, Marvel fans, you know all those characters you love? Screw them. Here's new ones. You learn to like them. You know, that's what happened with Dan DiDio with DC 2020, 2019. They're about to do that 5G thing. And the cooler heads are like, what is wrong with you? We've seen this experiment play out. Stop it. Change directions. Get 2 months with Future State, which was shockingly good, man. I was a vocal not a fan of Future State beforehand, the idea of it. I'm like, man, don't shelve my characters. We got stories to tell. And then Future State drops. I'm like, well, I'll try this character. I'm like, man, that was good. Had me curious. I ended up reading every single Future State book that they dropped. Every single one. And the only one that I'd say wasn't I wouldn't recommend to somebody was this 2-issue Supergirl and issue 2 of Robin Eternal. Issue 1 was phenomenal, but then you can say the B covers are Daniel Warren Johnson, so they might as well worth picking up just for the cover. And if you do that, you might as well read it at that point. So I recommend Robin Eternal. But that first issue of Robin Eternal was nuts. Hell, even the 2 issues of Catwoman was awesome. It was nuts. Best of luck. I hope they are down for the count. Can't wait to see what happens after KO. Yeah, dude. Who knows? What's going on, Jay Yates? Good to see you in here. I reread some modern Marvel Avengers back around 1820. It was okay. I hated the She-Bulk. I like the Giants fighting the Megazords in one issue. There you go. Future State piqued my interest. Saw them at Walmart. Yeah, they're fun, man. I think the Legion of Superheroes one was a little wild. It definitely wasn't bad, but it feels like something in the weeds. It's like if you don't have like a, I don't know, you need like an encyclopedia with you, like a DC encyclopedia to make it all make sense. But Riley Roseman did the art on that one too, I think, which is, man, you got to take it or leave it with some of that. Not gonna lie, but I Am Batman was fun. I Am Batman. I think that came after Future State, right? Was that the 5-issue miniseries with Jace as Batman? Because the next Batman was the Future State one with Jace Fox. And then you had Dark Detective was the Future State one with Bruce, and Dan Moore did the art on that one. But I believe I Am Batman was the 5-issue miniseries that came right after Future State to really see if Jace Fox was going to stick around. But yeah, I enjoyed that one too. I picked it up. I like doing the Jace as Batman stuff. It was fun, especially if you read the Future State Justice League issues. That was awesome. The dynamic of the Justice League and that with Jace not being the world's greatest detective, they were like, people would ask him like, "Hey, what do you think, Batman?" He's like, "Hey, this is a crime scene investigation. You need to ask Joe Mullen. She's the team detective." I'm like, dude, this is awesome. This is awesome. Future State, much like Secret Empire, were not my favorite story arcs. That's fair. You know what's funny is around right before Future State, I think, is when like I completely threw in the towel with Marvel, because Empire came out, not Secret Empire, but the one like, let's go to the moon and fight these plants. I'm like, okay, I'm in. Let's go do it. Then I participate. I give them my money. I'm like, what is this slop? Absolute slop. But I will tell you, the X-Men tie-in with Magneto, when those plant and all that crap thought they were going to come to Genosha, what an issue. What an issue. That's like, you ain't even got to read the rest, know what's going on. Anything, just read that one issue. So good. So good. Yeah, okay. Yeah. I think I might have already got, but I put up a bunch of DC stuff on. Again, y'all got to watch Pop's Attic. I put up like 22 1-in-25 ratios, all Riccardo Federici sketch covers, all kinds of Batman characters. And also put up that 5-issue miniseries for I Am Batman not long ago. Y'all got to watch Pop's Attic because, again, everything on there, cheapest price we can find anywhere. Guaranteed. I missed that Suicide Squad volume. Yeah, dude, it was nuts. The Future State one was actually the villains hiding, but the Thompson run that came right after it with Peacemaker, when they folded in Peacemaker to kind of get people in on board before the movie. Yeah, that was a really good one. I just gave away issue 1. No, I'm giving away issue 1. Yeah, thanks for the reminder. Yeah, this Peacemaker run right here. If you're a channel member in the Legion tier, this is part of this month's Legion loot. So the first Sunday of November we'll draw for this month's winner. So make sure you're out that channel membership. Don't get caught sleeping. Hit that join button, the subscribe plus, join in the Legion tier. You get your name on the wheel. But that beautiful Gerard Perel cover featuring Peacemaker, because the finale was this month, so it's the final month celebrating Peacemaker. Got DC Comics Presents number 92 with Vigilante and Superman on there. Suicide Squad issue number 1 from 1987, the first Ginger Cool and Belle Reeve. We got Secret Origins number 14, first Rick Flag Sr. and the origin of Task Force X, Amanda Waller. We got Suicide Squad number 4, first White Dragon. You got Strange Love Adventures, the oversized one-shot, first appearance of Eagly, as well as John Sable Freelancer, the Mike Grell signature on it, $20 signature alone. That was donated by Pops. He found when we went hunting. All that and more. That's just the ones that I cherry-picked and curated to theme the box. But all the exclusives and more will be going in there. So, yeah, definitely consider joining that channel membership. You don't miss out on those fun things. Vogsy, what is going on? Did you buy a new McFarlane figure yet, Bogsy? Did you do it? Did you do it? Yeah, he's talking about from the one that came after Future State. You remember, Chris? You were on at Week Sin, and we were trying to tell everybody at the time. And DC hasn't stopped since then. DC has not stopped since then. Since Future State, they did the great culling. You know, they had the Warner Brothers in, the buyouts, the changes, the mergers, all that stuff. Dan DiDio leaving. But they had the long game. They had it figured out. They scaled back their titles, leaned on Batman to get them through the transition time. And then they started building out the exact tight continuity we have right now. And they started it years ago, and they've been hyper focused on it. And this was the book, quote unquote, the backbone of DC continuity. Every single week, we would be talking about and reviewing the new comics on Sunday nights. And no matter what it was, so we'd have to point something like, yeah, blah, blah, blah with this, but you need to be reading Suicide Squad because this shows up in a way here or there. They use that run of Suicide Squad to hold together the continuity of the DC stuff at the time. The squad would go out on a mission, have to deal with the Titans Academy breaking in, or have to go over here and do something in Superman's next issue. He would be interacting with it. That's where they started to build out the current continuity, was with that volume of Suicide Squad. And it ultimately ended with this epic showdown on Earth 3, the Teen Titans, the Suicide Squad, and the Crime Syndicate. It was such a fun run. Such a fun run. Most of the sketch covers are gone. There you go. Yeah, super dope. What's Pop's Attic? Is it a page or Instagram? That is Instagram. It's literally my pops and my dad. So all the stuff that moving to get more room in the collection, stuff that I end up with and don't keep. For example, 10 Mark Spears trick-or-treat bags. I'm going to open them. I only need one to read. So all of them, are, except for one, maybe two, are going up on Pop's Attic. Just to get rid of. I have fun opening them. They're fun, playing the lottery. Maybe I hit a grand prize. We'll see. But that's where you find all the stuff that I don't keep, that Pops moves out of his collection. He's been collecting since 1962. So he got a lot of books. And over time, different books mean more or less to you. So it's linked in the description of all my videos as well, but it's Instagram. Instagram. You know what else think? The ending to Peacemaker Season 2 felt kind of forced. I think a lot of people do, right? I think a lot of people felt that way. I mean, that season was doing great till that finale. Yeah. I think that's super fair. Seeing Tron next week, hopefully this week, has gone crazy. Dude, I highly suggest any and everybody go see Tron Ares. If you think for 1 second you wouldn't enjoy that movie, you're lying to yourself. If you think for 1 second that, it only did 60-something million on release week, I don't know. Dude, I'll watch it on Disney Plus, or if you're one of those people that watch stuff pirated on free online, oh my God, my heart breaks for y'all. Like, who can live like that, watching non-high definition, high quality films like that on a device or a laptop versus going in your first exposure being on the big screen with a massive sound system? And in this case, if you can, 3D, and man, what an experience. It was dope. Agreed. Leaned on Batman, added family to Superman, but Suicide Squad was a backbone. Yeah, 1,000%. 1,000%. It was an odd episode for me. Felt like they took Peacemaker out and had a therapy session with Cena and friends. That's the best way to describe it. Peacemaker was not in the Peacemaker finale. I was telling everybody after watching, like, hey, don't go in here with the expectations that James Gunn set for this. James Gunn himself set these expectations. He's a liar. I like James Gunn. I love his stuff. But being honest, calling balls and strikes, James Gunn's a confirmed liar. James Gunn, quote unquote. Any fans of Blue Beetle shouldn't be disappointed by this finale. Okay, that's literally saying Blue Beetle's going to be in it. This dude hypes up his own stuff. Like, there's a level of dishonesty in it, like accountability he has to take for this. He's putting these thoughts and stuff on there. So if you just go into the finale as watching an epilogue, episode 7 is the finale. Episode 8 is just an epilogue. You'll be fine. It's not a bad episode of television. It's an awful finale to a series. Speaking of movies, Fantastic Four First Steps comes out on DVD today. Ugh, don't DVD. It comes out on Blu-ray, comes out on high def, comes out on 4K. It was an enjoyable movie. I enjoyed that one too. I might give me a steelbook for it. See, that's a thing that I don't even think should exist anymore. DVDs should not exist. It doesn't make sense. That's the only media I've seen that just they didn't stop making when we got the next one. You know, we got DVDs, they stopped making VHSs. We have Blu-rays, they kept making DVDs. Well, now we have 4Ks. Why are we still making DVDs? Maybe if they would have shifted, there would have been better profit margins in it. We could have still gotten more physical media, because as a physical media collector, it's tough out there. It's hard in them streets. If Mark's just a Disney product, you need to investigate it for. Yeah, that's fair, right? Man, I put out some comments on social media about Tron, like saying, yeah, and putting like a short synopsis review without spoilers really in it. And one person says like, yeah, you're a Disney shill. I'm like, that's funny. That's fine. I mean, they don't know. I'm just a random person commenting, but they said you're a Disney shill, obviously. I'm like, dude, to be honest, I'm probably one of the toughest Disney critics you'll find on the internet. But just being honest, X, Y, and Z. Watched the original Tron, my son, on Sunday. He thought it was awesome. Yeah. Me and my oldest went on. She's a freshman in college. She's at University of South Carolina, the Gamecock School. And she had her fall break, so she came home. So Friday morning, we went and saw it. And then as soon as we came back to the house, we watched Tron Legacy. Then we went out to eat dinner, came back, and we watched the original Tron. And I've even been going through some of Tron Uprising again. I hadn't watched that in, God, I don't even know how long. It's been a long time. It's like 20-episode animated series with like CG animation and traditional animation. But it adds a lot of context to the events that happened right before Legacy, the stuff on the grid with the uprising of Clue and everything. But it's super dope. By far not the worst series ending I've seen. Oh yeah, absolutely not. But what a terrible thing to have to say about something. Not the worst series ending I've seen. You go to a restaurant, someone brings you out something to eat, you bite it. Waiter says, "How is it?" You say, "It's not the worst steak I've ever eaten." Eesh. You go to get your hair cut. You spend an extra amount of time. Normally it takes you about 20 minutes to get your hair cut. It takes this barber 45 minutes to cut your hair. When he's done, he's standing right next to you. Y'all both looking in the mirror together, looking at the same time. You're looking at your hair. He's looking at you, looking at your hair, and you're looking at each other now. He says, "What do you think?" And you tell him, I mean, it's not the worst haircut I've ever gotten. Eesh. Would you even say that? You know what I mean? James Gunn, you get to meet him in person. He's like, "Oh, thanks. Good to meet you. What did you think about Peacemaker?" Like, "Oh, it wasn't the worst series finale I've ever seen." Nah, you'd never say that. You know what I mean? I would never say that to him. I'm like, let's talk about something else. Let's talk about a part of the series that I love, not that. You know what I mean? Blu-ray, who's he? I'm fine with DVD. I can't. Yes, you can. It's impossible not to tell the difference. It's not even accurate. Yeah, like as somebody who watches, that's unless you're watching on a tube TV, it's impossible not to tell the difference. The difference is too vast. That's like saying I can't tell the difference between VHS and DVD. Yeah, you can, because about 3 times different pixelations. It's not even possible not to tell the difference. Yeah, and now imagine if you go and get a proper TV, 4K, and you can't even find TVs anymore that aren't capable of high definition. They don't even make them. I think if you force yourself, you can find like a budget TV running 720p, which is technically HD. It's like, you can't even find the lower definition stuff anymore. You might have just naturally progressed yourself into it. If you take a DVD and you put it into a Blu-ray player, it'll do what's called upscaling and take it up a bit. But yeah, DVD quality, Blu-ray, it's not even close. And then from DVD quality to 4K quality, you wouldn't even know what you're looking at first. Like, whoa, this is weird looking. It's so different. It's wild. You have this feature called AutoMotion, and AutoMotion Plus that's built into TVs as well as 4K players and some of the technology on the disc. It smoothens out the frame rate. Like your frame rate for normal stuff is like 24 frames a second. It puts it up to like with Automotion Plus, it puts you at like God, like some ungodly number close to like 50, where you like you don't even realize how you are lacking the smoothness in this previous stuff until you see it move fluidly. It's wild. Is this Thanksgiving week for all? No, not at all. No, we're not even close to Thanksgiving. Oh, you're talking about Chris. Yeah, they do Thanksgiving on a different day. Going to the Ren Fair for my birthday Saturday. No idea what the Ren Fair is. Not the worst steak, but it was a mistake. Exactly. Exactly. That's what it's like saying that about the finale. She had a child at 12. Very funny. No, but I do have an 18-year-old kid. My kids are 5, 7, and 18. And Finn's birthday is right around the corner, the beginning of next month. What's traditional meal for Canadian Thanksgiving? That's a good question. One thing about Tron is its fan base is celebrating the latest film. They have not oversaturated the market with Tron films. Yeah, dude. And there's a huge, huge disconnect from like people who have not watched the Tron movies and saw Ares or just participating in a conversation that they have no stake in. Like people like the people that are that comment, you know, that, oh, they made a Tron movie without Tron in it. I'm just like, you don't understand the franchise. If that is an honest criticism you are having, you haven't watched the other ones, or you didn't remember them, or you don't even know what Tron is. Like the character Tron, you have no idea. But yeah, there's some funny stuff out there. Imagine making a Godzilla movie without Godzilla. Not applicable. That's comparing apples to kangaroos. Not even the same thing. But yeah, the original artist behind Tron Uprising posted a video on Twitter, and he said it made him so happy to see so many people going and watching the show since Tron Ares came back. Tron lives. Yes. See that Tron lives hashtag. That's what people don't understand when they watch Ares. Like there's a reason why Tron isn't like present in this movie, but there's also Tron lives. Like I told a couple people already, I really recommend going and watching Uprising if you're wondering about the absence of Tron in this, and then kind of thinking what this movie actually does address. You know, there's a little bit in there. I would talk trash James Gunn, and you know it. I don't think you would. I don't think you would talk trash to Jared Leto if you saw him in his face. Laserdisc is better than all, no matter. Yeah, Laserdisc is, unfortunately, I think it only gets up to like 500p or something like that. But Pops like Laserdisc. My TV is 1080p. Yeah, but if you got a 1080p and you put a DVD into a DVD player, you're only getting like 4 something p. Now, if you go buy a Blu-ray player, I would recommend buying a 4K player, and you put your DVD into your 4K player on a 1080p TV, you'll get it up to about 720. It'll upscale it. Anything over 1080 is a waste of money. Disagree. As somebody that dives into that kind of stuff in detail, I 1000% disagree. Couldn't disagree more if I tried. That's how much I disagree. Don't Canadians have moose for that? That's what I assume they did. Mark, you're the only Tron person I can talk Tron with no one else. Man, there's more of us out here than you think. And what's cool is all of a sudden, with the release of Ares, Legacy is getting like a second breath of wind here. Like there's so many people praising Legacy. Like in a lot of y'all know, like I talk Tron in our circle of stuff. Tron, you know, like Avatar. There's certain things I'm a very vocal fan about that I don't have a lot of people talking about. Apparently, all of a sudden this week, Tron Legacy is like one of the greatest movies ever made, which I've been saying since y'all met me. Like I love that movie, but I'm glad to see that so many people are catching on. Ren fairs are dangerous. Every time you go, you buy something new, like a hat or a sword, but then you keep going and suddenly you own a pair of leather pants. Hey, that sounds like a good time to me. So is Ren Fair like a Renaissance fair? Is that just shorthand for it? I saw Tron in the 80s on the RCA. Yeah. I've got one of those RCA discs of Superman 2. It's actually two individual discs. The big giant floppies. That's awesome. When people see my laser disc on the 50-inch TV, they're shocked at how well. I bet, dude. I would love to get like a. See, ultimately, that's what I love to do in this room. Is this wall over here? Like right after this, there's 6 short boxes here that are just like stuff like this. This is like where my new release reads go, and then I take them to the comic room and file them. But there's also like a honey box of just keys that I pull out to use for Guess That Key, and I've got some Power Ranger stuff that needs to shift to where I keep my Power Ranger run in a different place. But then it's like a big shelf that was at the old ABX store before they changed locations. And it's just McFarlane figures. But ultimately, I want to clear that wall off and put a flat screen on it with the retro gaming setup with my Super NES and my 64. But it'd be great to get some of that older stuff on there hooked up to like a new TV. I'd love to do that. I only have DVD till I can afford to get my new Blu-ray 4K player. That's wild, man. See, again, that's wild to me because Blu-rays came out 20 years ago. That's like saying 1999. Yeah, dude, that's like it was such a quick jump from DVD to what? So when the first X-Men came out, the first X-Men came out and I got X-Men on VHS because before we had a DVD player. Gone in 60 Seconds came out with Nicolas Cage. And that was one that I couldn't get when I first wanted it because that's when they released it on DVD first, but then they released it on VHS like some 3 months after. I had to wait on the VHS. So there wasn't a long wait between from DVD to Blu-ray. So having a DVD player now would be like having a VHS player still in 2017. Like that's wild to me. There's been a lot of opportunities is what I'm saying. A lot of opportunities. I might have to run like a campaign where we collectively as a community upgrade some of y'all to high definition because it's a whole world you're missing out on. Like I wouldn't even watch stuff not on high definition since like 2010. Certain movies, like certain things, something like Tron, I would never, ever watch it outside of high definition. Any of the MCU movies, any of the DC movies, anything that's like a high-end action movie, I would never let I wouldn't be able to sit through it after having seen it on the big screen and then downscaling. I'm like, yeah, this is just, I don't know. I would probably watch them on VHS for the almost like a gimmick aspect to it. Just curious how it would look. Ice cream and a Valentine's Day meal. Not about it. Tron Legacy is a monster sequel. 1000%. 1000%. Love Tron Legacy and the soundtrack is awesome. Yeah, dude. And Trent and Atticus, man, they came to play with Ares, dude. They knew what they were following. They knew the stakes. They knew the bar that was set, and they came to play. For me, because we've had 15 years with it, Daft Punk soundtrack is probably the greatest movie soundtrack for me of all time. Like, because not like they're bringing in like original songs. I mean, it's a score. You know what I mean? It's a movie score more than it is like an original soundtrack almost. But there's few things that I really associate so heavily with the movie franchise. The Terminator, and then you got Tron Legacy. Do-do, do-do-do. Like it's just, you hear Tron and that plays in your head automatically. And 9 Inch Nails, Trent and Atticus, they were the right people for the job. They did a great job. Ren Fair, exactly that. My friend Dwayne and his wife go every year and always come home with something new. Nice. Have they got the leather chaps yet? 1995 was DVD. Yeah. And when was the first Blu-ray? I'm going to guess 2008. Maybe a little bit earlier. I don't think it was a whole decade before we got, because you have the Blu-ray HD DVD face-off. So I would guess, check when the first Blu-ray was. So it'd be a little bit before 2007 because of the war. So it'd be like around 2006-ish, around there. It would be like my senior year in high school. So around there, 2006. 2000 was the last Laserdisc. Wow, man, they held out for a while. Blu-ray developed in 2005 and released world senior year, 2006. Yeah. So 20 years later, and so last 20, imagine in 20, can you imagine it'd be 2015 and you're still like buying VHSs? That's what I'm saying, y'all. There's way too much time. I used to play Blu-ray games on my Xbox Ones. Now I have that anymore. So I only have, that's fair. A lot of people did that too, right? PS3, Xbox. The Xbox was HD DVD compatible, and I think you had to have an external to do it. But all the stuff after that, like 360, maybe 360, I don't know. But PlayStation was Blu-ray compatible. It's funny seeing people talk about Tron's box office like it doesn't justify not changing rides at Disney parks around the world. I follow Jared Leto. Like 30 Seconds to Mars. I like Jared Leto, and I follow him on social media. And he went to Disney, and the light cycle attraction, they swapped it up. It's like red in there right now. It looked really cool. Any James Cameron film needs to be Blu-ray at least 1,000%. Even True Lies. Like, it's wild. I hear Tron visual masterpiece Legacy is next level. Krasinski did that movie. Your Top Gun Maverick director did that movie. Hell, one of your Pirates of the Caribbean movies did Ares, and the whole concept at the end of Legacy was bringing a program off the grid. Cora was an ISO that was manifested to reality on the grid. They brought her off the grid. So the Ares, no matter what the third installment was, it's going to be bringing programs off the grid. We still are on the grid for stuff, but also off the grid, and seeing that stuff, man, it's just gorgeous movie. Gorgeous. We allow the culture to shift around to profit margins and quality slips shortly. Yeah, a little bit. I think social media is the blame with the profit margin thing, because I experience it being a big theater advocate. I see it happen. And I was talking about it Sunday. The late night talk shows are dead. They're dead. So what have they been replaced for? Social media influencers. It's kind of happened a little organically, and that's fine. So what should studios do? Studios, in their infinite stupidity, have not thought about this soon enough, but they need to look at, all right, movies. Who's the biggest movie reviewers on YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram? Find the biggest movie platforms on those places, and as a studio, reach out to them and ask, hey, we would normally do the late night talk show rounds, but would you be interested if we have any of our cast and crew available? Would you want to interview them for a segment or for some content? Offer those platforms your people to promote your movies ahead of time. It's no-brainer. No-brainer. Those people would be ecstatic to have you on. Don't expect them to pull punches. Don't expect them to pay to be a shill, but that's the nature of us now. Get them on there. They can pour it in. You know what I mean? You don't have to have them live in person. You'd be saving so much money and getting so much exposure. How have they not thought of this yet? It's crazy. I also play the D-Res music from Legacy while I'm working around the house. There you go. I have Tron on VHS. That's a cool one to have. Nope. Just scroll down 2. 1, 2. Oh, okay. From up higher. What a beautiful singing voice, Mark. You are a true D&D bard. Predator theme is also... Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. I love Jungle Cruise, Tron, Pirates of the Caribbean. You just named 3 movies that I absolutely love. You know what I mean? That Jungle Cruise movie was fantastic. I've never rode the ride, but it was good. I agree, but I was thinking in terms of MCU. The rides are great. Keep them classic. They almost canceled Johnny Depp. Did not work out so much. And rightly so, yeah. Yeah, the cancel culture can be rough. It's got its pros and its cons. And when I say it has its pros, it has none. To a degree, you know that. I'm having a rough day. I almost lost my train of thought. Hold on to it. Did you get the Blu-ray 4K Fantastic Four movie today? No, I haven't been to the store. I would have to get it. Anything that I'm getting these days is I'm looking for steelbooks, and I don't think I'm going to buy it. Well, I guess I will. I'd have to put it with the rest. I have all the other ones on Blu-ray, but there's an awesome looking steelbook. I think I would rewatch it. That's got some rewatchability value to it, I think. What is going on, Mike? Hey. Check it out, Mike. Here's your drawing, man. Some original artwork from inside the Comics Curing Cancer 2025 art book. But yeah, I bought Rushbrook's piece from last year, but he's here local in Augusta, so save him on shipping. Got that. So that's going to be in the art auction Saturday night, October 25th. I don't say Jackie clears. No, he didn't. Like what we learned from the Johnny Depp Amber Heard thing. For those that actually paid attention, they're both terrible human beings to each other, toxic as hell the entire time. It was rough. They show died when Craig Ferguson left, and yeah, that's fair. Man, I liked Conan back in the day. Was Biggie in here? I miss it. What is going on? The Immortal One. Good to see you, brother. Yeah, Indiana Jones, that's another epic one. There's some epic scores out there. Jaws, too, right? What is this? The movie it was the cause of all the clowns being seen. There's something there. Oh, now it's ice cream trucks. I thought he was coming back for Pirates. Thought they're bringing another Pirates movie back. Oh, so that was like their plan, and they hadn't got to terms with him yet. First Blood, another fire movie. Yeah, yeah, yeah. C3's coming up fast. But yeah, let me pull this down. Let's see. Was there anything else? Is there anything else on here? Superman Unlimited. We got sidetracked. I like just chit chatting though. I like just unloading all this randomness on you guys. Punisher #2 is out this week. I red band that. Looking forward to that. Issue 1 was solid. New Catwoman is out up to issue 80. Good gracious. Oh yeah, Justice League Red. I'm interested in this. Clayton Henry, consistent, decent artist. Fun characters. I'm interested to see where they go with this. Continuity tied kind of book. Now that we're getting into the KO stuff, I'm wondering if we'll get any crossovers with, or not crossovers, tie-ins. Ultimately, I want to see what Black Adam's up to. They tease him at the end of issue 1. We'll see what happens. Feels a little episodic, not in a bad way. Fun stuff. Not required reading at the moment. Doesn't seem like it is. Oh, let's see if they have these variants showing up. Yeah, they got all, man, they show all the covers in here. That's funny. There's some really cool covers for this Monster and the Wolf thing. I hope it's a decent read, because I tell you what, Mark Spears' Monsters is not. I love it because I'm very biased and the pictures are pretty. It's like a Waffle House menu. But man, the story is a jumbled mess, and I hope he kind of tightens it up and brings it in. I'd still recommend it if you're a fan of Universal Monsters, because there's a lot of stuff that he's doing that you can tell he's got these big, vast ideas for the lore, but he's really just not getting it into kind of like a cohesive story at all. Oh my gosh, yeah, Batman 89. That's one of the most iconic. That and John Williams' Superman score. John Williams, man, he's got it. Hans Zimmer, that's another one. What Hans Zimmer does. Got Interstellar, Man of Steel, Inception. Some good ones out there. Read it, Mark, 1 out of, yeah, if you're being charitable, right? I'm shocked you read it. Now, that's the running joke I have on here. Like Heroes for Hire, Matt. He's the only other person that I know of that's read it. My good buddy Durs, Collecting with Durs, he read it. He said it's one of his favorite reads. But I'm not talking to Durs at length, just one-on-one. Contextually, he's an art guy. Like he'll drop a book in a second if you don't like the art. It doesn't matter who wrote it. You can reincarnate Edgar Rice Burroughs and have him write a Tarzan book for you. And if the art isn't great, he'll drop it. So with Mark Spears, it's the opposite. You can have a third grader come in there and give him 10 words to use, and he has to write the whole thing in crayon using only those 10 words, and Durs will still give it a 10 out of 10 because he loves the art, which is fair. But the book is just ain't it. It ain't it. The article covers Pirate 6. Well, I ain't got time to read it. Give me the cliff notes. Is it coming back? Is it coming back? He's my good buddy too. I love me some Durs, the legend. Yep. He's gonna be doing a midnight stream tonight. What did he say? Him and I talked on the phone for like an hour today. He was on his way back. He's been super busy this past week with NYCC and stuff. But he said, I want to try to give him a little shout out. The Whatnot stuff that he does for Rups Comics. I think they're doing a midnight blind bag thing. So if you're looking for the Mark Spears blind bags on Whatnot, check out Durs. He's on Rups Comics, RUPPS, Rups Comics. Ironic, since the original Tarzan books didn't have art, right? He's a writer, though, not an artist. It's a beautiful book. Just didn't enjoy the story. But yeah, I'm the same way, man. I'm so curious, though, just wanting to see how and if it comes together. It's like, here's 15 different plot points that have no intersection. All right, fine. Well, let's see how they connect in issue 2. Well, let's not. Here's 7 more. All right, fine. Well, let's see how these connect to those other 15 or how these 12 might start coming together. Or here's 9 more. That's the structure, the layout for it. It doesn't really make sense. I picked up 10 because they were affordable. They were cheap. I was saying earlier, DC can take notes. Marvel can take notes. Whatnot can take notes. Ain't no reason to make them $10. One of them was. You have to watch the video to see which one. Let's see. Joe, what's the hashtag for today? Where you at, Joe? Hashtag me. I think that might be it for the big DC stuff. Godzilla Dead Zone. I read Starship Godzilla, the third one that's connected, Godzilla Kaisei Era. It was really good. Really flipping good. But I did drop it from my pull list. Oh, and back to that point. I dropped Halo and Hornsby from Ghost Machine. I dropped Rocket Fellers from Ghost Machine. The Family Odyssey titles, not for me. I wrote them out for a long time, not for me. Never dropping the Unnamed Universe. Never dropping Rook. I dropped all of Energon. I pulled the plug on Energon. I've been enjoying Energon. I had no complaints, but it's just good. Like I mentioned earlier, it's good. I loved the Transformers that they just did with the new creative team. Loved it. But it's going in a direction toward Mask and everything into stuff that I'm not in love with franchise-wise. I love Michael Bay's Transformers, and I enjoyed reading the Marvel run of Transformers I collected all of. I enjoyed reading these Transformers, and it's been a fun ride. It really has. But it's not my primary love. And at this point, it's like, dude, it's hard dropping stuff because so much good stuff's out. And because that's it for today, that's going to be it. And because we have so much great stuff come out right now, and because of this announcement at NYCC with us hitting the next reading initiative, I want to add Deathstroke. I want to add Firestorm. I want to add Lobo. I want to add the Demon. I'm definitely adding these things. And on top of that, with all the Hanna-Barbera stuff I'm pulling, Herculoids, Blue Falcon was added. Thundar is coming. Peter Cannon is coming from the Charlton stuff, but he's going to be under Dynamite. There's other stuff I'm about to be adding. So I'm like, dude, I'm going to give these a shot because there's no way I can do all of them. No way. There's so many good books out right now. This is not a complaint. It is a privilege. It is genuinely awesome to be able to say there are more books out that I want to read than I'm capable of reading. You know, that's luxury problems, folks. That's stuff that we need to be like thankful for, right? Let's see. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. Tron lives. But yeah, it's crazy when you can be picky and choosy. It's not that you have to be. You get to be picky and choosy. And on top of that, if it's something that people you continuously hear great things about, or you get curious later, you can go back and trade read. You can go back and do it some other way. Nothing stops you from reading it. I got a wrench in here. If I got a wrench in here, go to IG and get Gatsby's Comics from IG. And will you link that in the chat, please? Gatsby's Comics. We need Gatsby's Comics linked in the chat. But yeah, love the Energon stuff, but I'm one of those people that I can't do just one of them. If I'm going to read it, I need all of it. All right, everybody, we're not spinning this giveaway until y'all hit that and go follow them if you're not already. So I'll sit here forever. My son doesn't have karate today. He's riding the bus. I will literally sit here until I go to work tomorrow before we spin this giveaway. Go follow Gatsby's Comics because he's the one that's supplying y'all with the extras today. If you watch the video that dropped yesterday, you see Gatsby's Comics in that video. He just knows that I have the channel. He appreciates people like supporting the comic industry. He's one of the world's nicest dudes, like legit. And he's like, hey man, and he only deals in like modern variants, exclusives, ratios, just beautiful covers. And as somebody who's like so A cover focused, man, it was wild seeing all those books in one place. And he had a short box of stuff that he hadn't bagged and boarded yet. He's like, hey man, I know you're a big DC fan. This box is all DC. Grab as many as you want. Just give them back out to your subscribers and stuff. I'm like, dude, thank you. So I didn't get crazy. I just grabbed 4. Gave one away last week. We're gonna put one in there for the bonus prizes this week. Got some lenticular goodness that. So we'll throw the extra stuff in there. Throw the extra books in there. Got the sealed trading card pack going in there with the bonuses. Got I think this might be the last Watchtower card. It's a sticker. Where's the ABX stuff? The ABX stickers going in there. All kinds of cool stuff. There's stuff everywhere. All kinds of little extras. So I've kept like a complete set of these Watchtower cards. So now we're down to my complete set. Oh, there's one more. I see one more over here in the extras. So Paul at ABX always hooked me up with a few extra to make sure I had something to give away. So I got the little extras in there. So make sure y'all hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Let me know when y'all are, yeah, thank you, Ronnie. Let me know when you followed him. Let me know when you followed him. Every single Tron movie has flopped at the box office. This one did 60 million opening weekend. Tron fans, man, Tron fans show up in this, like that Second Life stuff, man. Legacy only did 400 worldwide for its entire theatrical run. That's why it was 15 years before we got a sequel. It is what it is. Tron fans know what time it is. We'll get this movie, and I look forward to the year 2057 when we get the 4th one. But until then, I'll rewatch the hell out of these 3. Love every bit of it. When Hasbro's drops those toys that they showed at NYCC, I'll buy every single one of them. And yeah, happy with what we got. Looking forward to when they give us more. Smash that like button. Share. He has a request. Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, it's cool. Just as long as y'all go give him some love, man. Give him some love. Thank y'all so much. Because he's like one of the world's nicest guys, man. I get to see him at shows, like when we go to Heroes. I was at the got to go in Chris's comic vault for that show. And yeah, it's good stuff. So with the bonus comics, it's always a mystery. I'm going to show y'all one of them. It's a beautiful Joshua Middleton cover, like absolutely gorgeous. Joshua Middleton is like great comic artist, but like legit like artist, like big time, like it's real art. Look at that. Look at that Mary Marvel. Just Vet knows what time it is. Vet, I think, is the first one that really like showed me like some of Joshua Middleton's better stuff with those Wonder Woman variants he was getting. Because Vet gets all been pulling Wonder Woman consistently. Like while everyone else was ignoring Wonder Woman, he was getting Wonder Woman and reading it and talking about it. Middleton signed a Batgirl for me at Heroes. Yeah. So that's going in there. Some of the bonus stuff, and there's some more stuff in there. It'll be a surprise when the person who gets it opens it. All right, yeah. All right, here we go. Getting ready to spin this. Y'all know the rules. Free shipping worldwide if you're a channel member as of the time of me hitting this spin button. If you're international, free shipping. If you're not a channel member, it's free shipping in the US. If you're international and you're not a channel member, I'll give you a $10 shipping credit. It's up to you if you want to pay the difference and get the books coming your way. Completely up to you. Your Sunday night show did a great recap of Tron franchise. Yeah, dude, I get like flustered getting excited. I want to get a couple of people that have watched them a handful of times and just get on panel together and talk about it, because there's so much and it's so easy just to get lost in so much details with it. But man, I can't wait to talk about it more with people. Josh Middleton, Wonder Woman, Batgirl, and Poison Ivy covers are glorious. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Free shipping worldwide if you're a channel member. Free shipping in the United States. If you're not a channel member, if you're international, not a channel member, we'll give you $10 shipping credit. Up to you to pay the difference. But I definitely recommend that people hit that join button, become a channel member. Make sure you hit that Legion tier to get your name in the Legion Loot Wheel. We draw for the winner the first Sunday of every month. So first Sunday in November during Outweek Sim, we'll do the live drawing for that. Good luck to everybody. Let's spin this bad boy in 5, 4, 3, 2, go. Let's go somebody local. I'm just kidding. Good luck to everybody. Hey, T-Dubs. There we go. There we go. We got the Taylor Winder on there. All right. Yeah. And Joe's hung out on all the for the last handful of weeks consistently, I've been able to pull off the channel member stream. So if you're a channel member, do exclusive streams where all channel members and only channel members are invited, but also I'll put the link to join on the panel and hang out. You can hang out on the panel or you can stay in the chat. You can jump up on screen and everything, and it doesn't go out to the world, just to the channel members. He's joined in all of those consistently. It'd be fun since we don't have Peacemaker this one. Let's do it. You want to do it, Joe? Let's aim for a Tron stream. Like whether you've seen it or not, you're welcome to come. But like that be like the topic of conversation. We talk about anything, but like with the Peacemaker stuff, we kind of always brought it back to that eventually, kind of thing. T-Dub, shoot me your shipping address again. I should have it, but just in case. Just in case. Yeah. Yeah, if you're a channel member. Yeah, that's how channel member streams work. Sounds good. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We'll keep the same time, right? Like, because I didn't know what to do with because I like having the consistent thing for the channel members, right? Because that's part of the perks. But I was wondering what to do now that Peacemaker's over. Well, let's take it to the grid. Oh, almost forgot. Hashtag rig. There you go. Yeah. Thank you, buddy. Yeah, pops it to the top of the chat, so I ain't gotta go looking for it. Yeah, let's aim to do that. So Thursday night, depending on the schedule and stuff, I 8:30 at the latest, because I got to feed the kids, get them ready for bed and all that stuff. But yeah, we'll theme this Thursday for Tron. That'll be fun. I like Tron Legacy. Think I'll like Tron Ares? Yes. Yes. Absolutely. And the people, and that's why I say, like, there's so many people that obviously didn't remember Legacy, pay attention, or watch it, that are like, why didn't they continue the story from Legacy? This is continuing the story from Legacy in so many ways. And it's like, why didn't they just pick up with Sam and Cora? Dude, like, oh man, I don't even want to get into it because there's a lot of people that haven't seen it. Go see it, go watch it, and then make sure you join the channel membership and come hang out Thursday at about 8:15 to 8:30. Yeah. I like Voltron. Well, I like Tron without the Vol. I think so. The Voltron movie's coming. Henry Cavill. Live action. Yes, do it. I'm going to go try to see it again this afternoon. I'm about to go hop off here and talk to the wife. We got about an hour before the kids show up, but I think we're going to go watch it in 3D this evening. Take the kids this time. But yeah, we'll see how it happens. See what goes on. But yeah, that's going to do it. I hope everybody has a good day. Until next time, remember, we are Legion. When we hit this, my favorite little exit here, and goodbye.
Only one of us has a parachute. Good luck. Ah!